All right then, let's get cracking. 1 second. Give me 1 minute there. Gotta start this off with a morning cigarette, isn't it? Once. Okay. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. So welcome to episode 58. So what's happening with Bitcoin? Well, most people don't even fucking know what's going on, right? It's people are calling for lowers like 13k, 10k still. Those numbers are always going to be quite crazy. Every time we have a drop, people are calling for bearish move. Every time we have a pump, then people start calling for bullish move. Now, I don't know what's going on with CT. I haven't even looked at it yesterday at all. So, yeah, I didn't have a look at it at all. So, I really don't know actually what people are calling. But as I was saying yesterday, a higher time frame without support, right? That 19.7k, depending on the charts you're looking at Binance. Let's say 20k. That 20k is going to be support. We got a few things. Number one, that weekly range we talked about, the one that I was in orange yesterday. So that was number one. Was that range low? So it's going to be support until we break below it. It's proven to be support. We got the previous all-time high in 2017. So that's support, and you wouldn't want to short support. That's the fact is, if you short your support, oh, I don't know what to say. Good luck with that. That's all I'll say. Good luck with that. I mean, I don't know where your invalidation is, but you couldn't be doing that. Talking about plans for longs as well. I mean, in terms of the BTC pump as well, it's pushing up as well, which is quite good. Ethereum's actually doing really well. Really, really spectacular. I didn't take the Ethereum pump. I didn't even take the Ethereum long. I took the BTC long, to be honest, yesterday. But it is what it is. We do what we do. And let's get cracking, man. Who do we have here? We got Vegeta. What's going on, brother? David, Crypto Mafia. We got freaking Dubsdorf. Morning to you guys. Who else we got? We got freaking Derry. We got Bam Bam Bitcoin. Arcliano. What's going on? Morning. Long BTC take profit last week. Mid range. Good man. Good man. Crypto Cruise. We got Dubs also think I'm in a phase where I'm making really good plans and just have to wait till the triggers I have set. I'm asleep or just disregard it every time I check back on my plans. They've done really well. Okay, so when it comes to plans, that means can I ask you which time frame are you? Like where about are you, Dubsdorf? Are you in the European time zone? You in the Asian time zone or in the American time zone? Yota, what's going on? Morning, Justin. We got Jordan. We got Art Gemini. We got Trade with ND. Yo, Trade with ND. What's going on, brother? I haven't seen you for a long time, brother. How you doing? Your dad okay? Your family all good? For those who don't know, Trade with ND, he's actually a student of mine as well. So, good lad as well. Very good lad of mine that I know. Good kid. Very, very humble kid as well. To be honest, he's probably one of the most humbling kid I've ever met. Right? He's a good geezer. He is. We got Zenek. We got Marta. We got Bart. We got Rack. So Dubstore's from India. So you're in the Asian time zone. So like the plans, if you want Dubstore, send me your charts of your plans on BTC Ethereum, whatever you want on Twitter. Just DM me and I'll have a look at it as well, and I can just tell you where you're going wrong because I think it's got to do with time. Like in terms of one, I want to double check yeah. Just I'll have a look at it. I can have a look at it. It doesn't bother me at all. We got who else? We got Daniel Canto. UTC plus 4. Yeah, but Vegeta, you're in Dubai, fam, innit? That's what it is. What's the plan for today, bro? Bro, we're longing still, innit? We're still longing. Plans. We'll talk about plans. We'll talk about a bit more of a high time frame, and then we'll start talking about like what we're doing for today. IMX swings are lovely. Sweet. Pirate, what's going on, brother? I mean, brother, sister, what's going on? Sister? Oh, that's fucked up. How's it going, Pirate? You good? Mm. You got freaking George from India. Love to my Indian brothers and sisters as well. Yeah, that's cool, man. So let's get cracking then. Family's all good. Good to hear. Mm. Freaking, I don't know. Is anyone a bit of an IT geek? Not a geek, but like a bit of an IT expert. Because basically, on my phone, normally what I was doing before, I was able to see everybody when people are like chatting to me. I was able to see it, but now I'm not able to see it properly. It's like it's frozen. Oh, it's coming up now, so I have to play it in and out with the phone. Sorry about that, pirate. Most of these guys, pirate, are blokes in it. That's what it is. The most of them are blokes in it. So everyone's brother, 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 this and it. Yeah. What's going on, Crypto Dad? Good to see you as well, man. Good to see you. I'm back to normal, man. Let's get cracking then. Right, I just had my morning cigarette. We're good to go. Looking at BTC. What's up? All right, let's just talk about the higher time frame view. I think it's really important because in case of you guys are thinking, because what's happened is, right, obviously from 1 hour. So look, we had a massive drop in it. Everyone's seen this drop from there, range bounded to range high over here, the weekly range, and then we drop down to range low. And I think in this area here itself, most people were looking at, I believe, because obviously the psychological aspect. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, when I grow balls, I'll let you know. Jesus. Hopefully they're not bigger than mine, innit? I'm doing well, Rack. I'm doing well. Yeah, yeah. So you like it when the chat is showing in the stream, like as in, what do you mean, bam bam? Like on your side of your PC or your phone? Justin's got his eyes opened. So yeah, so what happened was, like, yeah, most people here, psychological aspect, right, is would the psychology would be that from here we're going to go back to 17k. I did talk about like targets. If I did talk about if we actually were to break down final resistance off the weekly range low, we'll go to 17.5k. That's what I did talk about as well as the short scenario. But the bullish plans was good because if you look at it as a recap, a quick recap there, I did say on 15 minutes, right, is that you could actually take a long, right? 29. Yes, there was 29. Yeah, I could say that. I did say that you could take a long from where we were when we were talking about it from around here. You know what? This is so. Let me zoom in. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Let's have a look here. I did say you can take a long from here, right, where we were, which was about, I think about 12 o'clock or so, about 1 o'clock when we were actually doing the stream yesterday. Take a long over here, and like I wouldn't put a stop loss here. I'll keep a wider stop there. And for me, my stop would have been around 1 hour. Have to keep a wider stop, probably a hard stop here. I'd say the hard stop is here, playing it all the way back to mid-range to range high. That's what I did say. I say if you wanted the confirmation of how to play this, and it did show us as well on the 15 minutes. So we had a range bound environment that was going on right over here, as everyone can see. This was a range bound environment. And I said once we break above it and hold above it. So I said, you know, you can play the scalp, you can play a little scalp between up and down, which is not a problem. Once we come back up and reclaim, the confirmation was hold above this, and then this is your trigger. I mean, you can enter over here or here because we're above the range high. We're holding above it. We're above, and this would be now you like, you know, you can actually move your stop loss over here, and then we're targeting the mid range. I did say that, and here's another set of bullishness as well because we're making higher highs all the way through. So higher high, higher low, higher high. Oops, let me just delete all this. We go back because it's just looking a bit confusing, right? So the range bound environment was here. That's where the range was, and as you can see, the price market structure was bearish from low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then the market structure shifted, right, into fuck off. Why do I keep fucking doing that? And the market structure shifted from here, and we broke up, and this lower highs have been taken out, and that's to become a higher high, higher low, and now we made a new higher high. It just continued to show bullishness, and so if you got into the trade yesterday with a long confirmation here, you've been in profit. Stop loss would have been here now, and we're talking about targeting these area here, this area here. We're just about it as well, you can say. And then the next set of targets will be the mid range, right? From the mid range, we'll talk about it afterwards and whatnot. So it's all going to well, all going, you know, happy days. It's been blessed now. Okay, now, yeah, smash the like, everybody, man. Show some love, man. Vitalik's packing. Yeah, oh, dude, Vitalik, man. Fucking hell. I was like, yo, shit, Vitalik. It's always the nerds, isn't it? It's always like the geeky ones as well. They're packing some shit out of there, man. I thought Vitalik's black, man. I swear to God. Vitalik's a black man somewhere along the lines. He's got some black genes in him. For those who don't even know what I'm talking about, right, you need to type in Vitalik. You gotta go on Twitter. You gotta go on Twitter. I'm not gonna show this. It's like, let's not make this as a porn rating kind of thing as well. This is, yeah, it's potholes, not gonna. Dude, it's insane. What the hell? Imagine Dank being viral. Dude, I won't be viral like that because I think Vitalik beats everyone. Vitalik's got the biggest knob in the whole of cryptocurrency. That's a fact. I don't know who's packing like that. That it's not normal. Like the guy's wrapping around his legs and shit like that, man. Fucking hell, man. Trust me, there's gonna be more girls coming to crypto now. After seeing that picture, there's definitely gonna be a lot more girls jumping into crypto. Vitalik is gonna have his own like OnlyFans page and shit. It's not normal. That was the picture cracks you up, but the picture was shocking to me. He's an animal. He's a you know like what's being it's I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about that. That picture, like I woke up in the morning. I think it was Fandom Crypto Club. Oops, Fandom Crypto of Country Club. He tagged me in a picture of Vitalik's packing in it. Woke up in the morning. The first thing I see was just see Vitalik's trousers in it. I'm like, what the fuck did I just wake up to? Fucking shout out to thingy Fandom Country Club. Yeah, Walaikum Salam was there. How's it going? Andy, did you see? It's freaking crazy, man. Bloody hell. But fair play to Vitalik, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, innit? Fucking hell. Finished playing Fajr and then went on Twitter and saw that face palm and closed the app. Rack. You disgusted by it? Nah, man. It's natural, innit? It's a normal human thing, innit? Yeah, day started with Vitalik's willy. Fucking willy. I've never heard of that word in a long time. Fucking willy. Nah, it's all good, brother. It was a lot of jokes, though. It was mad jokes, I gotta say. I had a right laugh in the morning. Freaking Vitalik. Definitely Pirates was enjoying that in the morning. You can tell. Who brought it up? Who brought it up about Vitalik? Well, let me go back. Hit the like. Vitalik. It's Jordan. Jordan's still thinking about it. Dude, I don't think he was excited. That was him normal. Nah, he doesn't. I swear, like he does look like an alien, like Elon Musk. I swear, he's very alienated kind of thing, and yeah, what can I say? What can I say? Vitalik is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Find a country club. What a geezer. Right, so let's get cracking. But what we want to talk about is this whole market itself. What's going on in terms of why I'm still looking for longs itself, but I'm not looking for shorts just yet. Got to keep it nice and simple. You see this all-time high before we carry on. It's big as my hand. Dude, it's bigger than everyone's hand. Like, even Francis Ngannou ain't got something like that. For those who don't know who Francis Ngannou, who's the UFC heavyweight champion of the world at the moment. Big-ass, tall, huge black guy. Massive. Like, he's a bodybuilder slash a UFC kind of fighter. He's a big dude. But yeah, can we have that pic as a profile pic for country? No. We're not putting that on the club. Vitalik's knob. I'm not putting Vitalik's knob on my display picture. Fucking hell. So let's get cracking. Sorry, man, coughing a lot. All right, so as we can see, right, there's a few things I want to talk about. Number one, I'm gonna actually highlight this first. Actually, number one is this. We put it in black. Is previous all-time high over there. We got the quarterly ranges that we were playing in for quite some time, and that's the mid-range. There we go. All right, cool. And let's mark the yearly open actually. Let's put this as blue. Right, so let's mark the yearly open. I'm just going to delete everything else. Okay, I'm just going to talk about this briefly, really quickly, not too long. We're just going to discuss what's going on. All right. So what it is, right? Prices was range banded up. Oops. Price range banded over here from the highs and lows from quite a while, for a good year and a bit, right? So that was a range band environment. So we can all agree that's the range high, range low, mid range. For those who are asking what this is, what this range high, how do I get this level? Well, those levels are quarterly ranges. It was the first quarter of last year, the low over here, and the first quarter of last year of the highs over there. This is the mid range, and that's the range band environment. And you can see it's quite clear. And this was this year's 2022's yearly open. We tagged it, but in a fine resist, deviated from the yearly open, and then sold off all the way back down to range low, and now come back down to range low. We lost the range low. We didn't even retest it. See, because normally you like to see a retest and then come back down, but it didn't. It just was one quick swipe down, all the way to range, the previous range higher. And now, when you look at it this way, right? Just looking at this as a chart like that, with simple 1, 2, 3, 4 lines itself, you can see that we're range banding right above this level here. Now, to me, that's support, all right? As long as we hold this, right, we're good to go, right, to potentially level to level play I mean, like I said to you, I've always wanted this, and I've mentioned this many times. I really want to see us coming up to this 28.6k level, which is the previous the previous range low, as a retest as well. All right. How long will it take to get there? I don't freaking know, right? But could it still do it? It can, right? Although the market's bearish and September is bearish, we know that we've lost the monthly open. There's a lot of things going on. Look at the picture I sent you. Let's have a look. Fucking hell. That's a good one, actually. That's a really good one. I don't know if I should show. I don't know if I should show him that. What's going on, John? You good? That's a good one. Fucking hell, man. What's going on with my chest? Right. So let's focus, guys, man. We can't spend like 20 minutes talking about Vitalik's knob in it. Vitalik's handshake and shit like that. So we're looking at the previous all-time high. So we know September tends to be bearish as well. So would I short? Not just yet. For me to short, I need to see us lose this level, right? Especially lose this low right here. Find resistance. Off we go. Come back down to the next target. Now the next target will be where I'd say it'll be around here, right? Of this consolidation there, and that'll be target 1. And then from there we'll see what happens. Okay. Until this doesn't happen, it's still gonna be bullish. Why? Because we are at support. Support's always gonna be bullish because why? It's just supporting it. Like, it's always gonna be support until proven otherwise. Okay. So it can do its thing, can range band here, it can tag up to there, and then break down whatever it wants to do, or you can go all the way up here, fill out this inefficiency over here, and then play back down. We don't fucking know. We don't really know, but we play it level to level. Okay. So looking at that, so we can all agree that it is good, and that's my thesis yesterday why I was looking at longs, right? So going now, we start nailing it down. I mean, look, once we step into, if we do step into this range, then we break this high itself, then we go to the next set of targets over here and see if we can get to mid-range, and then from mid-range see we go to the yearly open and see what happens next. If you were to break down from any level, any key level, find resistance, we'll short it back down to the next set of levels. Same over here, find resistance, short it back down to the next set of levels to previous all-time high. So that's the grand thesis, or sorry, the grand plan of looking for macro shorts, right? So yeah, if you're asking me, am I bullish on BTC? Yes, I'm gonna always be bullish on BTC for over a very long term period. But in the very moment in time, we are still in a bearish phase. It's still a bearish market. So to me, it would always just gonna be like a lower high. So like I said, you got this is a high. You got the lower low, lower high, lower low. The question is this the lower high for us to go back down? We don't know. We don't know yet. Or could it be like this, for example, right? Could it come up to here and that'd be the lower high, right, into this area here, and then smack it back down into the previous all-time high, and then continue bearishness over here in this area there. Okay, so we don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but we play as it comes, as the market gives us from like level to level. Does that make sense, everybody? Let's get bullish, fam. Vitaly seems to be very excited about the merge. Like I said, I don't think he was excited. I think he was just like, that's his standard phase. That's like form number 1. You know Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, where he's in the freaking the cockpit that he sits around and floats and shit. That's not even final form. That's him being in level 1. Must have heard about Dance Country Club. I don't know, man. If he has, fair play to him if he's excited about it. He doesn't need to bring the club to play golf. Yeah, he doesn't need to. Fucking hell, man. He's got. That's really what a third leg is about. Yo, I never go. I'm chilling, man. It's all good. Same old. What you saying, though, man? You good? So, looking at so BTC. So now that we have a bit of a thesis of what's going on, we know that the recap yesterday was all bullish, and we played the market as it is, and it was all happy days. It's all good. Now the question is, what's going to happen next? I mean, before we carry on any further, I still want to give you play it level to level there. Level to level in what way? Okay. So do you remember like back in June, July time, right? We talked about this low here, and this high over here. It's a range band environment, right? So to me, it's still in a range band environment. That's all it is. Okay. Until proven otherwise, it's just a range band environment. From this high over here, it was bearish to go down to 19.6k. We hit the 19.6k and we held above it. And now where we are right now, we're above the 25% of the range. So let's see what happens and let's look for a plan on how we play this any further. So if we were to go on the 15 minutes, we'll start zooming this down, start narrowing it all down, and start making a bit of a plan. Is everyone with me? Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. DBZ was the best thing ever, man. I was so happy, when DBZ was called like Dragon Ball Z, and my name is Z. I was like, yo, fucking Akira, shout out to you, my brother. Am I in any trust? I'm in a long on BTC right now. And that's what I'm in really. That's my focus right now. That's BTC. This is the only trade I've taken at the moment. Frieza was afraid of margin version of me. Yep, that's true. That's very true, Vegeta. Margin Vegeta was probably one of the coolest Vegeta that like I've ever seen. Long as Guna. I'm watching your behavior. I'm driving. We'll be reading all your chat once I reach home. Lots of love. Take care of yourself, fam. Just stay safe as well. Get to your destination safely. All right. BDC on Monday's high. Look at cap CP cap there. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. All right. So the first things first, right? Before we even draw Monday's range, right? Let's just have a look at what's going on. So we know we were bullish from where, right? The confirmation was right here. This was the confirmation, right? So all we needed, right, was a plan to actually get in, which we did make the plan. Found resistance off the range low, shot back up, reclaim, held it twice, 2 times, bang, and off we go. So it's bullish market structure right there, right? We can all agree it's bullish market structure. Those who missed the first bit of the morning, we got lows, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then from this high was taken out, and now it's become a low, a higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so now the market structure shifted on the bullishness, so you can't really start looking for shorts just yet. You need to start looking for longs, right? So where are we at right now? We're looking at, let me draw this back in. So that was a range bound environment. And now we've got this high here is now, oh, there we go, acting as support. Okay, so we've got another set of highs over here, which is acting as support, right, as resistance. So we're capped in there. If you didn't get into the long, it's not a problem there. Let it do its thing now, right? So this is a range bound environment, just like this was a range bound environment, right? You see, price is always in the range. So range from here, cap from here to here. And then you got price is always in another range, capped over here from this high to this low. Okay, makes sense. Now, if you want to take a long, right, I'd say just wait. Let it do its thing, right? So we've got all this inefficiency, right, to fill out if it can. Let it do its thing. The moment it breaks down, comes back to the 25% of the range, comes into this area of consolidation, retests and holds above it, right? This would be my trigger to long. And I say target 1, target 2. And then if we start holding above it, let's go for the final target, which would be a short term to mid range. 20.750, 20.7, yes, let's go 20.760. That's the target there. That's the long there. And that'll be a short scenario from there. Off we go. Here we go. So, so let's do a thing. The question is, right, even if we have a deeper pullback, for example, so we are looking at this area of consolidation right over here, right? If price decides to go back down, dips into this, take out liquidity over here, it can do that. The moment it reclaims and holds above the 25% of the range, that will be a trigger, right, to go down to target 1, target 2, and then we're playing it to target 3. Okay, that's how we'll be looking for. So you're gonna wait for how this reacts then. That's all you gotta do. You gotta wait for how it reacts to go to the next target, 20.75, 20.76. Okay, is everyone following me? I wouldn't want to short the trend. I wouldn't want to play around against the trend until proven otherwise. Confirmation for bearishness would be down below here, break down over here, going back down lower. All right, so that's what we're looking for in this kind of scenario, playing into the mid range. Now, what happens if we don't get a pullback, right? Because the question is, what if we don't pull back over here? We don't pull back over here. We don't really know. How do we still play the game? Well, if let it do its thing, this is a range bound environment. You can scalp between this low to this high. You can easily scalp that. I mean, I will show you in just a moment on the 5 minutes and the 1 minute chart. But if price holds above it, shows bullish market structure, continually show bullish market structure taking out this high over here, then we know a quick target at 20.76k, right? And you said, I would say my stop loss will be at below this range over here, playing for a short-term move, and I wouldn't want to hold this, right? I wouldn't want to hold this from, if my stop loss is here, I want to hold this, because the reason why is that we can come to here and start breaking down, right? Playing it back down there. So then that's the sign to cut the trade. Does that make sense, everybody? All right, guys, I'm going. Got a very tight start blasting to monitor this shit. Love you all. All right, take care of yourself, pirate. Love you too. Okay, see you soon. I'm long. Aim if I'm 20.14k. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. So you literally got around here. This is where the retest was as well. That's the confirmation. So that's the thing is, once you get confirmation, yes, the R's won't be as great to go to over here, but you know the direction of the play is going to be bullish. Why? Because we've broken out of the bearish market structure. Perfect Monday mid bounce. Yeah. Level to level, that's the one. Now, that's me using just simple SRs looking at the chart. Now, if I start throwing in Monday's range, now Monday's range start making it a little bit more easier, right? So let me just go on the daily and let me just try and drag out Monday's range. Where we are? Okay, we're at Monday's range, so Monday's high. That's Monday's low, Monday's high, right? And let's just see how accurate I am. Okay. So the low comes in at 19,555. Point 50.79. That's where it is. Let's go on the daily, on the 1 hour, 2 hours. All right, there we go. And it just so happens to be it's quite sweet though. 1 hour, 50 minutes. Okay. So taking out liquidity on Monday's high. Right, Asia did that for us. Now the question is, what happens now? Okay, so using Monday's range, we can use Monday's range and play Monday's range for shorting scenarios now. Okay, so if I were to short, where are we at now? We're finding resistance at Monday's high. Right now we got this to draw out. You see this level over here. Now, if you want confirmation, I mean, look, right now you can take a short with a stop loss here, targeting 25% of the range to the mid range. That's what you can do right now. Okay, because there's liquidity resting here, here, and here. Everyone agrees with me? Now, if I were to look for confirmation, let it do its thing. The moment it steps back below, oops, let it do its thing. The moment it starts stepping back below this and finds resistance, bearish market structure, because the market structure shifted. That's the high. That's a lower low, lower high, lower low. Then I take a short. That's my confirmation. Playing it back down to 25% of the range. That's the first target. Let it do its thing. Gets below the 25% of the target, and then I say target. I'd look for profit around here. See how we react. See how we react over here. But we're looking for target 2, which is at the mid range. At mid range, then we see what happens. And if we hold above it, then I look to cut the trade, because we can come into this area, reclaim 25% off there, and that will be flipping it for a longing scenario back to Monday's high. All right. So I'll say target 1 will be here, target 2, and then target 3. So I've just given you from Monday's range two sets of ways to play up and down quite easily using Monday's range. Does that make sense? Now that's if we hold Monday's low, right? Now if we don't hold Monday's low, right? Sorry, Monday's mid, and we start breaking down, then I'm like, all right, then next set of target will be this previous all-time high, which is at 19.8k. So if it could be 20k, let's go to the 20k area. I can't say 20k because 20k is right here. That's wrong. 19.8k, and then from there we'll see what happens. Okay. I'd like to see us hold this level again. I'll probably front run it, to be honest. Me personally, I'll front run it to around here. That's where I'll front run it, which is approximately 19.85k. Yeah, that's why I'll front run it there. So we'll see what happens from there. Do we hold above it? And that's a deeper pullback to see if we can flip it back on the upside. Do we hold above it to range bound it back to 20 mid range? Mid range will be confirmation to actually play to 25%, 75%, and then the range high. That's as simple as that. Does that make sense, everybody? Crypto Cruise entered in confirmation. Good man. Good man. Bam Bam long at 19.7k. That's a very, very... what did I enter? I entered in... I can't remember. I entered, to be honest. I think I entered around... Probably around here, but 19.9k. That's why I entered in, to be honest. That's my... In all honesty, I had a few things going on. Yeah. Oh, but for those who don't know, Yaro Shumenko, I've done a podcast with him. It's gonna be released, I believe, tomorrow. So the tweet's gonna come out today, and we just talked about consistency. How do you gain consistency, and the advice is consistency. So check it out there. But it will be tweeted it will be tweeted later as well. Once he releases it all out. I think he's still doing some like final touches and shit like that. But he's a good lad. I love the geezer, man. Really good guy. Yeah, 20.16k. Fair play to you, man. Really, really happy. Everyone's actually gaining. They got into the confirmation. So it seems like the lessons I'm doing has actually not gone to waste. You guys are actually learning, and you guys are getting the confidence to enter the trade. Yes, Yaro, what's going on, brother? We had a great time yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was like an hour long of our podcast. Like me and him was talking. Because if you ever check, actually, you know what? Let me plug him in. Let me plug him in. Right? Let me go to Spotify. I want to plug the geezer in. Right? Elevate yourself. Right? Do me a favor, everybody. Follow the geezer. Right? There we go. He's actually on one of the thing of your shows. Obviously, you can see Jack Harlow. You see a freaking Joe Rogan. Elevate yourself there. Check him out, Yaro. And it should be coming out. I think, is it coming out tomorrow? Today? Sorry, tomorrow. Is that what it is? Tomorrow. Tomorrow it is. Yeah. Check out his stuff, man. He's really. He says a lot of like alpha stuff as well. And I want you guys to actually really. Like, I'm following him clearly, as you can see. And he says a lot of alpha stuff and how to break things down psychologically. For example, there was one episode that I really liked. Which one was it again? The true meaning of happiness. And I think and they're not long. They're like 13 minutes, 15 minutes, like 17 minutes as well. They're not long. And like and what it is, it's just like helps everybody to just narrow it down. Because I think what it is with us as it is as human beings, we're very, very competitive in terms of making more and always trying to get a lot more in life as well. And the fact is that there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot of work to be done as well. And yesterday's episode was really, really good in terms of talking about consistency. We talked about like what it means to be consistent. How would you actually be consistent? And like I was talking about some of the like my idols for me in terms of when I look at the output of people do. So like some people might look at myself and be like, yo, this guy just fucking does too much. What the fuck are you doing in it? Like chill out in it. But it's who I am. I've always been like that. I've always been pushing myself further and beyond my limits. Like I believe that the limitations you set yourself is a psychological aspect. It's all bullshit. It's always going to be bullshit. People think that, oh, you should do just this much and whatever. No. Like if you look at, for example, I do this day in and day out, Monday to Friday, every single day, and I just do it because I can do it. I've got the energy to do it, and why not, right? And so I don't believe for a moment that whatever we do is enough. Improvement always goes on, and I said in the show, consistency leads to progression. Progression leads to positive outcomes, and that's what we're all after. So check it out tomorrow, and yeah, so just doing some editing. So yeah, check it out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to listening to it again as well as a rerun. So yeah, so that's the Monday's range there. Okay, looking for the shorting scenario as it is as we talk. Okay, now if you want to play the breakout play, here you go. So like I said to you, right, this is the low, this is the highest cap in the market. Let it reclaim, and then off we go, and that'll be your target. And this is a range bound environment over here, right? I do think that we're gonna pull back down. Why? Because well, we're below the Monday's high. Okay, using that, right? I actually want to see how did I was off, because I did say before this, I was saying that this area consolidation I wanted to pull back, which turns out to be the 25% of the range, 75% of the range. And if we hold above it, up we go to these areas. And I did say a pullback into this area here. I think I did say that, which is at the mid range. So that's all good there. That's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin all done there for you guys. Any questions? Should I 50x from here on ETH? I'm dying to do that. Don't do that. Freaking. Let's have a look what's going on. Well, the 75% range of talk about that in a bit. I mean, if you're gonna do that, yeah, we'll have to chart Ethereum in a moment. Take down that liquidity above Monday's mid would be 100%. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Which one are you talking about? You talking about this liquidity over here? Oh, above Monday's mid. Yeah, these ones over here. Yeah, I would like to see that come into the mid range, hold above it, off we go. That would be really, really good for us as well. Wipe out all the late longers as well. And here we go. We're starting to sell off there. This is your area that you're looking for confirmation. Trade ETH in the 5-minute chart to level to level Saturday and made 3 winning trades in a row. Good man, Dank. Good man. I just started watching the 1-minute chart on Matic yesterday, 2030 to 2200 US time. I watched it perfectly go level to level. I was like, dang, got super. Do you know what? It makes sense when you break things down to level. It just makes a lot of freaking sense. You know, it's because if everyone wants to look at a naked chart, no one knows what the fuck's going on. You gotta break it down, and it's the price. And this is why people ask me what indicators do I use, this and that. or do I use any cheat sheet? No, 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 no. I literally just, the market tells you everything. It tells you everything. You got nothing to worry about. You shouldn't be asking any questions because why? This is the key. This is the key. So yeah, look what Reese is going on. Nah, don't thank me, brother. It's all part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I can do. All I want to hear is that you guys doing progression. Yeah, so if you don't know how to use leverage, don't use. But if no, recommend only low leverage by blowing your account. Pirate's actually a fucking expert, you know. Do you know Yarrow? Like Pirate actually bought BTC at $4, like a long fucking time ago. Would you ever enter right now because of that as aggressive play, or wait for confirmation? What for shorts or longs we're talking about? For shorts, I'd enter right now. Me personally, I'd enter right now. Let me break this down on why I would enter. Okay, for a short. Change it down to the 3 minutes, or let's see the 5 minutes. See what's happening. So right now, fucking hell, I don't know why I'm coughing a lot. So right now, just looking at this, let's do this. So we've got this low here. Right. So I got a trend line here. Okay, I got a trend line here. I know that price can come up to here and hold support and still be bullish, right? Which comes into this area of consolidation I'm looking to come into, right? Which all makes sense. So I've got a range band environment here, range band environment higher than low there, right? So that's why we're looking for the confirmation to break it down, so it can range band over here. Okay. Now, will I enter aggressively? How would I enter aggressively, and why would I enter aggressively? Well, number one, well, I'm on this range high. We take out these highs over here, swung fairly, come back down. Okay. Now when we swung fairly, we come back into this area, and now where did it? Oops, swung fairly, come back down. You see this high over here, this initial high on the 5 minutes. What's happened? See that wick over here? What's happened? Bodily wise, capped, all resistance. Doing a deviation, come as resistance. For me, the moment we come here, that's it. I would actually be like the hard stop over here. Probably I'll put a stop loss there. That's me personally, very different, right? Because I'm very aggressive. I like to see the 7 hours, 10 hours kind of stuff. And all I'm doing right now is playing it back down to fill out all this inefficiency. Right. Take profits probably number 1 over here and number 2 there. If that's a scalp trade, that's what I'll do. I see how we come down to level as target 1 and then target 2, and see we squeeze into this area, let it reclaim. If it reclaims, I can cut the trade completely, off we go, and then play the long back there, target 1, target 2, and if you just break down again, I'd cut the trade, play back down, and then go back into this area like X, Y, and Z. And I would just like to play up and down, up and down, up and down, and I just switch bias so quickly. And that's me playing on the 5 minutes. Okay, so as you can see right now with BTC, right, it's literally just range banding in this area here. Okay, if I were to draw a Fibonacci and start seeing where is the mid range, so if I got so the high is there and the low is there, as you can clearly see, right? Let's go on the 1 minute. What's going on? Let me delete all this. Change the color. You clearly see that mid range is capping the market, right? It's telling a story. Why? As you can see right here. As you can see, yeah. Deviation goes up. Then this is all a deviation of the range high over here. Then we come back down, we step back into the range. You gotta ask yourself what the fuck you're doing back in the range. And here we are. We find support. Deviation comes back up. We come back into this area, this block over here. Let me show you. This here is an area. Oops. This here is an area consolidation, and look where we are. We're finding a support, and now we're coming into this area of the range high. See, that's what's going on now. Let's see what's going on the 5 minutes. It's pushing up. Come into this area here. Comes into this. That will give me something like that. Break down. That will give me the trigger to enter the short, targeting back to Monday's high, and see how we hold. If we hold above it and break above and start showing bullish market structure, I'll cut the trade. But if we start coming back down, stepping back in the range, you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck you doing back in the range? Okay, so we're getting capped off this area of consolidation. Let's have a look. I'll show you. Right, you see this consolidation right here? That's where it's at. So would I actually take a long, not yet. I can take a quick long spike into this area as a scalp trade. So there's always a trade in every single scenario there is. Just looking at the 1 minute, I've just showed you so many scenarios just right there, and I'm ready to flip bias because I've got my plan and I'm just playing it as it is. Does that make sense, everybody? Give me a second there. Let's go back to Take care of yourself, David. Having a lunch date. Bless you. You have a good time, my brother. In the middle of planning scalp short at the moment whilst combining DCA to bottom of the SDF range. Bottom and take long products as soon as they hit. What's going on, Thomas? Gandalf, appreciate that, man. Smash the likes, everybody. Show me some love. Really appreciate that, everybody. So yeah, so the plan, if I were to long it, is not coming to action, so I wouldn't do anything. Step back into the range, and I can play a range band environment back here. Target 1, target 2. I'll put my stop loss probably over here, and then see if we lose the mid range to range 25% and range low. There's liquidity resting here, if everyone can see. Can you guys see that? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's liquidity resting there. It's a double bottom there, right? I like to see this double bottom taken out, and then we can play the expansive move down to the plan that we had. Okay. Cool. Hopefully you guys understand a lot more there than before. Any more questions on BDC before I move on? Would you take a look at ETH as well? Yeah, I am going to look at ETH in just a moment there. Okay, so Ethereum. Well, before I look at Ethereum, I want to look at EBTC, right? Now, EBTC is telling me a story that it's going to be bullish, right? Well, as you can see, just looking at the 15 minutes, I don't really care about everything else. I mean, well, let's talk about everything else, to be honest. Let's do number one. Number one is this, okay? We know, right? I've done this over and over again, and I will always do this so you guys, even for the newbies, right? We've got range low, macro high, okay? And that's the range band environment. As you can see, the mid-range held a support there, deviates it, gets it back above for support, then we lost it, found resistance, then we sell off, right? Then we made the low, okay? Then we have a deviation of that range low, okay? So then where we are currently, price has been consolidating in this little area here. Now, how long can this consolidation happen? It can do as however the fuck he wants to do. Just like here, consolidation happened for 2 years. We had a deviation of the low, and we had a deviation of the low here, deviation of the high. 2.5 years he consolidated before he broke out, and now it's now formed a new range, which goes back to what I always say. Price is always in a range. There was a range bound environment here, there's a range bound environment here, and there's a range bound environment all here. Okay? It's always going to be in a range, and we just follow price as it goes along, right? Now, this level here, where we are right now, this level here, is the macro mid-range, okay? So, if we go down on the 1 hour, we can start seeing what the deal is, okay? Now, the deal is, right, two things. Number one, we're above the consolidation that we got in orange, above the mid-range. The mid-range is, yeah, it's here. That's we're above the mid-range, and we found it, and now, zoom into it a bit more. That's number one, and number two, everyone can see that. And number two, what we've got here, we've got support at the macro mid-range, okay? We've got support here, support here, support here, deviates it and gets it back above it, okay? If we were to be bearish, right, we should have lost this level there, find the low up there, find resistance off this low, going back to the mid-range of the range we're playing in the orange zone, okay? So that's number one, right? And well, that's number two. Number three, we've got this trend line over here. See this trend line? Resistance, deviation, and now we're above it. Is this going to be support to go higher to the highs over there, taking out liquidity over here, 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 and then that'll be the macro range. So that's what we're looking at for right now, and it can still do that unless we get back below. If we get back below, then this was just a deviation of the trend line, just like we had a deviation there. So if I were to zoom in and start seeing what is going on, so we got this. So you see this area, right? This area consolidation right about here. I say around here. Okay. This area consolidation there. we can see we consolidated, come back down to the mid-range, and we retested this area here, back into the zone, and we sell off. Come back into here, take out the stops over here, and it's just like a drive. Look, we've got a 1 drive, we've got a 2nd drive, we've got a 3rd drive, and off we go. Okay, and now to me, I like to see us come back into this area now. That'll be quite good. And then from there, does it breaks down, finds resistance, then we can play back to the next level, all the way to the mid-range. That's what we're looking at EBTC. And if EBTC does this, that means it's going to be bearish. That means Ethereum's going to go down and Bitcoin's going to go down. So if we're long, if we're we got the idea that macro Bitcoin's at support, we should be looking for EBTC to show some bullishness, because we know Ethereum's going to go up, which means EBTC should go up. Depends on how strong Ethereum is. Yes, we've got the merge going on. Is it bullish? I don't really 100% believe it is. I do think it's going to be another buy the rumor, sell the news. Nothing really changes there, to be honest. Okay. But if we do something like this, so we're looking to get to this target there. If we do something like this, gets back up and hold above it, off we go to range high, take out liquidity here, here, and off to range high. From the range high, I don't know what's going to happen. Do we hold above it and show more bullishness to go a lot more higher, take out previous highs from the deviation, or do we do something like this? Come back up and then break down, and then we start sorting it all the way back down to 75% of the range and 50 in the mid range of the macro range. Okay, so these are the plans that we're looking for. We'll keep an eye on this as we play the game. Okay, so that's Ethereum BTC. Everyone's with me? Oh man, I don't know why I'm yawning a lot. Ah, fuck. So Ethereum, delete all this shit. What is going on? Let's do the macro range on the macro view, and we can talk about what is going on. So if I were to go on, daily, as you can see, so literally the price has been quite interesting there, to be honest. It's a fucking volatile market there, isn't it? Leave it there, out there. So if I just start drawing some lines, the previous all-time high, we got this range over here, this range over here, and the mid-range. Okay, and we'll talk about it one by one. Okay, so go to this. So let's make this nice and simple. Just like we talked about Bitcoin. Now we said about Bitcoin is at macro support, right, which is a previous all-time high. Ethereum is also the same shit. It is at macro support. This is the previous all-time high, and all we've done is that we've come up, right? Got a deviation we got a deviation below the we got a deviation of the sorry about that. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, you got a deviation of the macro range, right? That's the deviation there, and then all we've done, we've come back up and stepped in, and it's now at support. So as long as we hold this level, it's at support. If we were to lose this level, then we can say this will be the target there. Can you guys see that as well? I know it's a bit like squinched up as well. Take care, John. Look after yourself, man. Oh, bless you. Got work as well. Bless you, my brother. Yeah. So if we were to lose bearishness, then I say we'll be targeting this level, lose this level here. That's a range bound environment. Lose this level here, and then we start seeing the next set of targets. And the next set of targets, I'd say, is probably around here, this area. This area here, and then we'll be looking at the play from here, and that will be confirmation to play back down to about 400. Is it 400? Yeah, 450, 480. Okay, so that will be the area we're looking for. Until then, we can't be looking for shorts for macro range, so don't get too bearish just yet. Let it do its thing. Okay, now we are range bounding in this area here between this level and this level here. Now, what is this level here? This is a range of the second quarter of last year, right? That's the second quarter's high, second quarter's low. It's the mid range, and as you can see, we're range bound in the area from the low to high, high to low, low to high, and high to low. And now the question is this a deviation or a retest, right? Yes, we've come into it, so I wouldn't mind it. If we were to be like if this was going to be bearish now, because we got the market structure still bearish, we can agree with that. That's the high, that's the lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this be the lower high? We don't fucking know, right? But again, we got I think inefficiency to fill out. I wouldn't mind us doing something like this. break above, hold above it into this range, play back into this area here, and then see if we squeeze into mid-range. If we were to break down below this area here of this SR, that'll be my trigger to play back down to level in this area, and then from there we'll see what happens. Okay, because once we lose this level, then we can start looking for target 1 over here of this consolidation. Lose this level, then we go to 480. So these are the plans that we're looking at a macro range. So having that in mind, the bias right now should be bullish because we're at support. Does that make sense to everyone? What's going on, Yuri? Good to have you here. You've managed to mark the top before new lows across the board. Most likely as well, because the market is still bearish. You have to remember, like, FOMC is coming on freaking the 21st, and I think ETH managed on the 19th. You got what else is happening on Friday? What else is it called again? On CPI. NFP is coming on this Friday as well. So I'm really interested to see how NFP works as well. So looking at Ethereum now, let's go into NFP on Friday is gonna be volatile, some volatility shit, right? So let's get my ranges back in, see what we got here, right? So I drew this range over here, right? Where's this? Let me delete that. Yeah. So we're just below monthly open now, all right? So, and also, you see this purple line here? What is this purple line? What is this low over here and this high? Basically, this is July's range. Cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's July's range, and that's July's mid-range, okay? And we'll come into July's, just about July's mid-range, but obviously this is macro support. So it could have come into this area and then reclaim and hold above it, but instead it held on macro support, did a small deviation after it goes to the 75% of the July's range. Okay, so it's still looking bullish in terms of just the macro play. So I mean, how would I play this from just looking at this? Let me just delete everything else and start zooming in. The next level of play is this. Just before I even do any freaking Monday's range and shit like that, just looking at just the chart of the what you call it. Can't really speak very well today. It's water. Just looking at the chart itself at 25. I'm thinking using July's range. Come back, hold above it, and I say my target will be in this area, monthly open, and that'll be a trigger, playing it back to monthly open. From the monthly open, see what happens. If it breaks down, I cut the trade because that's going to be coming back down into this area consolidation. But if we reclaim the monthly open, hold above this level here, 1700. 1700 is actually that second quarter range low. Okay, then I play back into this area here, which comes into 1786. Let's call it 1785, and that's July's high. And it just turns out to be we're filling out all this inefficiency right there. Does that make sense, everybody? And then we see all this inefficiency right there. We'll see what happens if we start selling down. If we start breaking down, I'll short it back down to monthly open, 75% range, looking at 1450 and back to 1400. That's the plan there. But if we start reclaiming, right? So reclaiming, still bullish market structure. Then you see this liquidity there. We start targeting them level to level. Okay. So tomorrow is monthly open. Is the monthly close? Tomorrow is the last day of the month. So I'm interested to see what happens. I'm really interested to see what happens as well, because we are getting quite a decent pump just before the monthly close. And in Ethereum, we're not too far from the monthly open, so it does look quite decent there. So it looks really, really strange. So I want to see how the monthly close actually comes out, and then September we'll see what happens, because September wise, we've talked about it over and over again. It's probability wise is bearish. Can it be bullish in September? Yes, it fucking can. All right, just because we have like a probability of like after the last 9 years, 2 months, 7 years in a not in a row, 7 years of September has been bearish, doesn't mean that we can't get a bullish month. It doesn't mean that we can't do it, right? The market will do whatever it wants to do, but we have these ideas and we just play it level to level, and we are prepared for whatever were to come out of hand. Does that make sense, everybody? Push above on monthly open, you go during the month. Could potentially happen. We just don't know. Just remember, ETH/BTC, we are bullish, and we got to time it with ETH/BTC how we are going. If we take out this consolidation over here. If we come into here and show bullishness, well, we're going to push up into the 0.825 level. And if we push up to 0.825 level, we watch it at the same time. We time it with Ethereum and see where Ethereum is at. Let's just say Ethereum is at, comes into this area here. Into, I don't know, let's say it comes into this area here, this SR. Ethereum could do this, and at the same time, it's at the 0.825 level, and the EPT start breaking down, and you see Ethereum breaking down over here at the same time. You know that's your trigger for short. Target one, step into this, and then we play it back into the level to level mode. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? So it's now you're timing ETH USD with EPTC to play that level to give you that confirmation of how high can you go. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? So that's just the view without using Monday's range, right? I'm showing you this, right? Because I can trade either with or without Monday's range. It doesn't matter at all, right? Because before I even look at Monday's range, I can see, let's just say, for example, I pull back to, let's just say here, right? So before using Monday's range, let's say we got this, right? So we know this is a consolidation right here of a range. Consolidation, deviation of the range. Now, I wouldn't mind if price comes back down to this area, hold support. If you hold support, then I can start looking at longs, right? And that'll be my confirmation back to this area, 25 to the 75% range, and then monthly open. Or if you want to do a deeper pullback, let it do its thing. Whoops, let it do its thing. Breaks down, comes into this area of this consolidation that we had. Come back down, deep down, whatever you want to fucking do. Even if it's at the mid range over here, hold support, reclaim this 25 the range itself. And then that's just a deviation of this whole range of the breakout. And then that will be my trigger to play it to target 1 and then target 2. Okay? So that I'll be looking for. Okay? Does that make sense, everybody? Now, let's throw in Monday's range. Okay? Monday's range is where? Right, so yesterday was 29th. That's the first right here. And the 29th is right, that's the high right over here. Just so it happened to be this is Monday's high. Let's change the color, make it blue so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, is this high correct? High is 1559.99. Now, we're above Monday's high, so we're showing bullishness there, right? So let it do its thing. I wouldn't mind a pull back into this area. Now, if it holds this area, I was talking about this, right? If it holds the Monday's high and shows bullishness, that is just a retest of Monday's high. And then I say, yeah, my longs can be here, going back to this 75% range, which is about 1590, yeah, 1590. And then we're looking to target all the way to monthly open, right? For monthly open, see we squeeze into 1700. Let's see what happens there. Okay, and then we've got the Monday's high. Sorry, not Monday's high. The high which comes into this area 1780. Right. So that's one. Another deeper pullback scenario using Monday's range is literally let it do its thing. If we step back into the range, we can start saying, yeah, we can start looking at bearishness to shorting back to 75% of the range, looking to squeeze to mid range back. I think, where is this? Let me have a look at this. This is the high and that's the low. The mid range comes into this area here at 1540.82, right? So, and then we'll see if he does lose this level, right? Like if he holds this level, right? Cut the shorts, play it back up to 75, back to range high. If it does decide to actually lose this level, right? Then I'll be looking to go down to this area consolidation, right? And probably squeezing into the 1440 level, which is the previous all-time high. Okay, similarly to BTC. Do you remember we talked about squeezing into the previous all-time high at 19.6k, 19.7k, sorry, or was it, no, sorry, 19.7, 19.8k. Same situation there, right? And then if we hold above it and show bullishness, and then we play to target 1, target 2, and target 3. This will be a confirmation to play this. Okay, and then the breakout, as we talked about, that breakout is in play to monthly open and then the 1780 level. That's BTC for you there. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? So we're not bearish. We're not fully bearish yet. We still got some move to go up there. We play it level to level as it comes. Everyone understands that? Everyone's on thingy? Grasp that completely. Any other questions there? Damn, we did this in like 1 hour. That's not bad actually. Normally we fucking chat too much shit today. Clear. Andy gets it. Andy should be doing this, man. Andy, when you come into Brum, I get you to jump on the stream and you can just take over for me. Show them what you got. Awesome crypto dad. Awesome critique. Cool. Do you guys want me to look at another alt or something? We can squeeze in some alts. We got some time. Bro, the yard is always yours, fam. You know that. You can come whenever you want. You just tell me when you want to come down, and I'll sort the rest out for you, man. The house is yours. You're off now, is it? They gave us off, Andy. Appreciate that, Vegeta, man. Basically, Vegeta saying, not sure about the 38 others watching, but from watching your stream, definitely my game has leveled up. Using ranges to my styles of trading increased the confidence and confidence. Big up, bro. Big respect for that. Really appreciate that, man, bro. At the end of the day, if you guys are actually getting some like what you call it, some knowledge out of it, out of what I'm passing over, by all means, man, just take whatever you can. So we got AVAX, we got Sol, we got Arve, we got Matic, we got Sol again from Iljad, Zenix saying Sol, everyone saying Sol, Matic as well. Okay, we can do that. Can you get the market meditations on the show sometime? Who's that? Market meditation? Is that someone from YouTube? I think that the higher low on ETH is sending us higher into the merge. Feels like too many people are still bearish. Quick look at AVAX. Yeah, I can look at that. Absolutely, Vegeta for me, it feels exactly the same. Good man, Bruce. And even Cryptico agrees. That's mad though. Can you believe that? Like, you guys actually improved your style of learning through fucking YouTube. Fucking YouTube, man. What the fuck is that about? Fuck university. Let's go on YouTube. You can learn about everything. YouTuber, she's very good. Oh, she's a YouTuber. Let's have a look. Market meditation. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. YouTube. Yeah, I'd definitely bring her on. Have a look. Is she good? I'll check it out. I'll hit subscribe and I can check it out later. Yeah, I'll give her a check. I'll check it out later. She's a pretty chick though, isn't it? Let's have a quick look. Fucking hell. How did this show go off the rails there?
Currency markets have been in absolute free fall. To get a little bit of an update on how enforcement agencies in, quote, detecting, investigating, and prosecuting criminal activity related to digital assets. We've recently seen considerable volatility on the heels of information coming from the Fed and continue to experience the aftermath of to change that. Many crypto critics have pointed out that energy consumption is something holding crypto back. According to Cardano Daily, statements were, everyone was listening to the speech
Yeah, sorry about that. Muted. My mistake there. You guys can hear me now, yeah? Deng talking to himself again. Deng's going fucking mad. Yeah, she's Peng. I didn't want to say it. She's Peng. She's really Peng. And I saw it straight away, and I was like, "Yo, can I see some more?" Like, "Yo, Deng, get off the show now." That's all good. But yeah, she did some with Trader Main. She did a show with Main and SC as well. You don't trust people with such thumbnails. What of hers? What's her thumbnails like? Uh, what's the name? Google no. Market meditations. How's her thumbnails like? Oh, it's the mouth thing. At least her mouth isn't that wide open. Gotta say that. I mean, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's all the clickbait kind of stuff in it. That's what it really is. It's all clickbait. I mean, this. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. What a geezer. For factory ETH USDT. What is going on ETH doing? 5 minutes. ETH is showing bullishness. So if we start breaking above this high over here, then I think we will squeeze up to 80. So if we start squeezing off this, for example, this is my confirmation to go long. Right, let's do its thing. Squeeze above this, and that'll be my confirmation to go all the way to, I'd say, target 1's over here as a scalp trade. Target 1 1640 area, and then we'll see how we react to this area. Do we break down? I'd look to cut the trade if we do, but if we start reclaiming this, then 1680 will be the next set of targets into this area of consolidation, as you can see. Okay. Reminds me of Mooncall. Yeah, Mooncall was bad though. I mean, the geezer. Fair play to him though. I gotta give him some props though. I mean, like he was in Forbes, under 30. He bought himself a Bugatti. Like Andrew Tate says, isn't it? What color is your Bugatti? I ain't got a fucking Bugatti. I ain't even got a fucking model car of a Bugatti. That's how bad I am. That's how poor I am. So fair play to fucking Mooncall for actually making it in that way. However he does it. So it's each of themselves, right? But and even like the MM geezer, whatever his name, MM Crypto Market Meditation is a good channel. Yeah, I'm sure you would say that. Deng will hunt and eat for dinner for one day. I was just about to say eat her for dinner. She's not a scammer like Mooncall. Okay, cool. I'll definitely will check it out though. 100%. I'll definitely check it out. So, but yeah, man. So let's look at so what did we say? We got some alt requests here. Let's look. First one we'll do is AVAX because Zennek asked for it first. Let's do AVAX. Let's see what's going on with AVAX. Something happened with AVAX yesterday, didn't they? I didn't even know what happened. I didn't even follow it. Does anyone know what happened with AVAX? Yeah, I don't hate on MM Crypto. Oh, what do you guys think of the biggest threat they made it big, but those clickbaits damn. Yeah, I know what you mean. What's Crew saying? What do you guys think of I actually want to know your opinion of Andrew Tate. What do you think of him? Because he got banned, didn't he? But he's back on now. What do you guys think of Tate? I'm gonna have another cigarette in the meantime. I just want to see what you guys' opinion of his. I'm just gonna get another. I think I fill up my glass of water as well. AVAX scam video release. Please watch NJ show from yesterday. Okay, cool. Lawyer and AVAX teamed up to target other Chainlink Sol class action lawsuit. Oh, fucking hell. I need to check out what's going on. One of the alpha. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna fill up my water. Can anyone give me like a brief rundown of what happened of AVAX? Because if you guys all seen the NJ show, then you guys should be able to tell me what's going on, innit? Yeah. So, what color is his ledger? I want to know. Who? Tate or someone. Guys, thanks for the hint. Going to check it out after my stream. That's blessed, man. I'm actually going to Google this up, actually. What happened to AVAX? So, AVAX. Alright then, so... CoinDesk. Cryptocoin AVAX drops 11% after self-described whistleblower says Avalanche weaponized litigation against rivals. Okay, the Avalab CEO rejected the accusation as conspiracy theory nonsense. Okay, actually, we can watch this actually right now. This is a 3-minute video. One second, guys. Let me put my volume up because I can't even hear. I'm just gonna mute myself for a moment and we can watch this together.
Day, and you know, AVAX token is sinking after a self-described whistleblower website, CryptoLeaks, alleges that Avalanche weaponized litigation against their rivals. The claims have drawn reaction from leaders in the crypto industry. Ari Paul, the founder of Block Tower Capital, tweeting in part, "It's as bad as it looks, fits with everything I've seen previously from both Sire and Roche." From a lawyer friend on Roche a few weeks ago, quote, "Dumb version of mob lawyers, bottom of the barrel." Now, of course, Emin Gunsur, the founder of Avalanche, has strongly denied the allegations, tweeting, "How could anyone believe something so ridiculous as the conspiracy theory nonsense on CryptoLeaks? We would never engage in the unlawful, unethical, and just plain wrong behavior claimed in these self-serving videos and inflammatory article. Our tech and team speak for themselves." So, you know, Nick, at first glance, did you have a chance to watch the video? And this was tweeted around by a lot of folks, even CZ of Binance. He tweeted out something, he since deleted it. What was your initial reaction?
So I'm going to be honest, I was up in the mountains over the weekend and I came back to a lot of this chatter. I don't know. It seems to me there's a couple different things going on here. Like, first off, to cite CryptoLeaks, it's previous to, let's call them investigations. That's what they call them. I don't know if that's the right term, but you know, the previous two investigations were all about ICP token, and you know, I think the common understanding that a lot of people had was that it was some kind of ICP defense project. So this is their first foray out of that area. The claims, if accurate, are pretty serious, and you know, the attorney in question, yeah, like Kyle Roche of Roche Friedman. He has been involved in a lot of litigation over the years. We've covered quite a lot of lawsuits, and he hasn't, you know, I would say that we've seen a lot of his lawsuits get dismissed. A lot of the filings he's made have been, you know, deemed not either, you know, serious enough to continue pursuing in the court or during a trial or hearing, or at least that, you know, the claims have been rejected. We've seen him you know, voluntarily file to dismiss of his own, you know, lawsuits. So, I'm not saying he. Well, I'm not saying, like, you know, necessarily this is what's happening, but the pattern could fit the allegations as described. If one were to look at them that way, I'm not saying that is for sure what happened. I honestly just watched the full videos, but.
And just to clarify, the claims out of this is that these lawsuits are being brought about for the purpose of compelling crypto companies and firms to give up information and share it with Avalanche, essentially, is what this CryptoLeaks is claiming. But Nick, we should note that the legitimacy of the videos published by CryptoLeaks is being called into question here as well.
Interesting. So this is quite big though. This is, well, I'm not sure if this is true, but assuming the videos are not deep fake, and of course Binance was a target, we are not even a competitor. Ugh, fucking hell, this is quite bad. Someone said ETH, what's going on? Ah, so we're pushing back up then. ETH USDT, there we go. Bullish market structure now. So now, yeah, it's bullishness now. Looking at BTC, BTC is pushing up. We're close above this. I mean, we're close within there. I mean, this is what I'm looking for in terms of BTC. Reclaim this high itself, and then off we go to the next target. Right, and that'll be the next target, 20.7k. Ethereum wise is right here. So we are pushing up on Ethereum. Delete this shit. And yep, showing up, pushing us as well. So the scalp play is in play if you want to take the scalp after 5 minutes. So as long as we hold above this high itself, we're good to go. And off we go to the 16. What's the target was again? So it was, let me just draw discuss this. Yep, so the first target will be here. So I mean, holds above this, right? That'll be target 1, and this will be target 2 as a scalp. That's a very big scalp, though, to be honest, in my opinion. So it's all good to go. So we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Right. So looking at AVAX, I mean, the plan's all there. For those who want to take the trade, you know how it goes. Okay. So AVAX. Let's see. I can type it in again. USDT. Give me a second, guys. AVAX is breaking out. Everything's gonna break out. If Ethereum's pushing up, I think everything's gonna break out on the upside. 1 second, guys. Let me check something. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. I was just checking some of my thingy. Right. Anyway. So yeah. So AVAX wise, I mean, it's jumping back down, isn't it? There's a quick move there. This is a stop run right here. So let's have a look at what I've got on AVAX 1 day. What do I have? So this is the range. This is the range. Let me delete that. Delete this. What have I got here? I know I've got these levels here before from before. But in reality, it's this though, isn't it? So we've got a range band environment right here, right? Another range band environment here, and we stepped into this range here, okay? So now, I'll delete everything else. Looking at this, let me extend this, let me delete all this stuff as well. Because this was when I was previously trading on it. So that's the high there. Alright, so this is a pullback, right? I mean, if ETH is still, yeah, there's nothing to jump around, to be honest, in my opinion. 1 hour, 5 minutes or so. Look, yeah, there we go. Nothing to jump around. So we lost. So closes in 1 minute. Wouldn't really buy anything just yet. I like to see us come back down. I mean, if you were to draw this. Lose this level there, and that's the trigger to go back down to Monday's high, and then we play back down as the plan is. Okay, so a little pump of like, you know, a couple of dollars doesn't mean anything to me. It needs a strong push up as well, and then to actually break and hold above it. So nothing too long just yet. So looking at AVAX. Right, so we've got in the daily a range band environment right here. Okay, as you can see, this is the high, this is the low, deviation of the range. Off we go. Right, this mid-range cap the market, shut back up. Okay, when we come back now to current time, right, what happened was AVAX decided to hold this previous range low over here, come back down, reclaim the mid-range, hold the mid-range, go back to range high, do the hold support, come back up, and now all this is just a deviation, right? If you look at it this way, really, this is like a shoulder, left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder to come back down, right? So would I take a long just yet? I don't know. I wouldn't take a long right now. I mean, the plan is really as simple as this. I need to actually have a look. I mean, okay, looking at AVAX, right? For me to long this, right? Reclaim this level, hold the 21.63 level, that kind of area, take out this high over here, and then I can say I can long it into this area and then go to mid range. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Let me just get straight lines there to this area here and then to mid range. Okay, these will be my targets, playing it to level. That'll be target 1, and then looking at target 2. If it breaks down, I look to cut the trade, and then end of story there. Now that's one. That's for the long scenario. Now with this whole allegation with AVAX, right, you want to be a little bit more careful. I wouldn't say, I mean, look, trend line right here, right? Which comes into play that if we come back and reclaim this, this is your confirmation as always, and then off we go to target 1, target 2, okay? Reclaim this 32 level, and then we go to 38 for $39 over there at range high, okay? So that's what it is there in terms of AVAX. So we need to see if this is a deviation or a retest, okay? So with AVAX, because if we come back up and start breaking down, come back to this range high, and that means this is a trigger to enter down to the mid-range, which comes down from mid-range, see how we react, 25, and then range low, and we're looking at levels at 16.7, let's call it $16.90, and then $14.50, and then we're looking at $12.22, right? So once AVAX clears, oops, fucking camera, yeah, once AVAX clears its name, and then we can see what happens, right? So in the meantime, I wouldn't just be jumping just yet on anything else. You know what I'm saying? Come on, 1 second, guys. Right, cool. I'm back on. So that's AVAX looking at Sol. Got Sol saying, Sol is playing within this range, okay? You see this orange line over here? So we got range high, range low. That was a deviation, and that's the mid range, okay? So it was range bounding in this area there. Price shot up in July, August time. Come back down, retested it, and we're back into this range there, okay? Where are we right now? We're below the mid range, so that's where the key area we're gonna look at, level to level itself, okay? So if I were to see this, right, 1930, so if I strike this up there, put it down to 1930. Yeah, so it's similar to AVAX as well. This is the mid range. If we come back to mid range and find resistance of this area consolidation, right, break down, that'll be my trigger. Stop loss over here, looking at take out liquidity, because look, see this trend line over here, we lost this trend line. It's showing bearishness as well. Market structure shifted from low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. It's now come down. We're taking out these lows over here. So market structure is shifted on the daily. It does look kind of bearish there, but then we start seeing how we're playing there. If we lose this mid range, we can't reclaim the mid range. Short it back down, take out liquidity over here, and then we see we go back to range low. And the targets will be for shorts will be at 26.70 and 19.28, right? 19.30, call it there. Now, if I want to play the long game, what I would need to see is this, right? So if I actually drag this across, see, let's see how that's that there, and because we could still retest this, and then either we break down or we retest this and reclaim and then go up higher. So we've got to work this level to level there. So I've got a block of consolidation right over here, okay? So which is just above the mid range. Let it do its thing. Once it reclaims this and holds that, that's your confirmation to play the next level of targets, target 1, and then I say target 2. There we go. And that'll be my next area. That'll be target 2, right? Which comes into around this area there, and see how we react. Do we break down? If we break down, cut the trade. If we end up actually reclaiming, right, and squeezing to target 3, happy days, and we'll see what happens there. Then from there, we'll see, do we break up and carry up higher, or do we still range bound and go a lot more lower back into 75% and mid range, right? So until then, it's still range bound as it is, okay? Does that make sense with Solana? These shorts looking juicy. What? Let's have a look. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Look where we at now. Would you long it? Nah, I wouldn't long it yet. Like I said, I wouldn't long anything until proven otherwise. So I wouldn't long it until proven otherwise. That's so now I'm looking for this breakdown. Then I can start saying, all right, then let's go back to Monday's high, and that's a scalp, and that'll be my stop loss over there. All right, that'll be a trade all the way back down there, and then we see level to level. Do we hold above it? Then I look to cut the trade, or do we get back below it? And then I let it carry on riding it down to level 1, level 2, and then seeing the liquidity over here into the mid-range of Monday. Okay, that's the plan that we already made. So let it do its thing. Be patient, right? Just be patient. There's no need to jump into a trade just because you see a pump on a 5-minute, on a 1-minute chart doesn't mean anything. This doesn't tell me anything, because look, yes, we did take out the high. The next candle got back below it. I would like to see us get up and hold it, and then we can start playing this, right? But if it does this, that's not good, right? So it's all about being patient and just waiting that extra couple of minutes for you to actually understand what's going on, okay? So soul, scalping, dank, bearish, engulfing. What's going on? Where's my soul? Damn, soul is just breaking down. So in terms of soul on the 5-minute chart, look at here. We've got this. Now if you want confirmation, right, to play this, break down, off you go. You got liquidity over here. This is area consolidation. Lose this level there, and then we go to this area, and this area, and then this area here. Okay, looking at take out liquidity all over here. Okay, so let it do its thing. There's no rush for anything. What time is that? 11:42. Cool. I'm gonna have to make a move though, right? Because Matic. Okay, I'll do Matic quickly, and I'll make a move. Right, last one, and I've got to make a move then. So, okay, Matic. We talked about Matic yesterday. Did we talk about yesterday? And it did really well. I know I definitely talked about Matic, and I was saying that to reclaim this 25. Oops, fuck off. So just go and just zoom in out just to get the whole range itself, so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So you see this low over here. This was a Monday's range. This was a Monday's range back in July. That's what it really was, and we're capped within this Monday's range. It's been about over a month now, right? And we're still capped in there. It's consolidation. Consolidation at its finest, to be honest. All right. As you can see, we've got a deviation, resistance, resistance, deviation. Okay. And now here, the question is that, like, do we come back? Do we squeeze into this area there, and then break down to Monday's low? We don't know. We don't know. So looking at this, right? So if Ethereum's going to break down, I do think we're going to go a lot more. We're going to go low on Matic there. So looking at focusing on the area that we are. We're in a range band environment. Where is the range band environment? So we know clearly that's the low, and that's the high that's capping the market there. Would I say this high? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I use this high to cap the market there. Yep, let's use this one. So this is the high that's capping the market, as you can see very clearly. This high itself, right, is resistance, resistance. This low here is support, support, support. Well, at resistance, to me, it looks like a breakdown. We spiked into it one more time. Did we take out any liquidity? Let's have a look. No, we didn't take any liquidity. So it's a fail rally there. And then now all it is, break down, lose this low over here. That's your confirmation to go to the next target here, which is 25% of the range. And just so happens to be the mid-range of this area, I believe. It looks like it, just from the eye itself. Let's have a look. This high to this low. Yeah, just about. All right. So I would say we target down over here, back into this area. That'd be target 1, and then looking to go squeeze into this area as target 2, and then potentially front run it into this area, target 3, and then target 4. And that would just play in the range band environment. And if it comes back down, right? So if it comes back down like this, if it does come back down, oops, back off, comes back down, takes that liquidity, even does this, reclaims. This is your confirmation to play the longs back in, because we're still in a range band environment, and that was just a deviation. Long back into the mid range, and then back to range high. So as long as we're range bounding, it's going to be a range band environment until proven otherwise. Does that make sense, everybody? What's going on, Ed? Good to have you here as well. Mr. caught a nice AVAX long at 18.25 on his first little pullback. Pretty happy with that. Good man. Congratulations on that. I'm really happy to hear that. God, what's going on, brother? You're never late, my bro. Come on, man. Don't say sorry. You guys should never say sorry, man. If anything, I should say sorry to you guys. The fact you're here it's blessed. Makes sense adjusting. But you guys can understand why I stress about range band environment, range band. I always talk about ranges a lot, and you can see that when I draw these lines out there, like once I draw these lines, you're like, oh, that's what a fucking range is, isn't it? Any more questions, guys? Where's the pirate? Pirate just left, you know. Pirate came in early on. You see, everyone loves pirate. I need to bring her on the show, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I'm going to that Binance blockchain. I'm trying to convince her to come down in it. To come, like, because I know she's got to go to, she was talking about she's got to go to Ethiopia to do some training and whatnot. And we're talking, I was chatting to her yesterday. She was talking about like 6 weeks training and whatnot. I'm like, oh shit. And I believe it's just like around the time of the Binance blockchain that she's got to go. So I was like, ah, shit. If you can come down, even for like a day or two, come down and it'll be sweet. And then I'll then try and convince her, yeah, listen, I'm gonna do a stream, jump in with me kind of thing, and just be next to me kind of thing or whatever. See what happens. But I'm trying to get her to come. So if she does come to France, and it'll be sweet. It'll be sweet. We can actually bring her on, and you guys can get all happy and shit. So yeah. So it's just saying, no questions. Only want to say thank you, bro. You're welcome, my brother. It's my pleasure. It really is my pleasure. This range play hard. This range play helped me a lot. Good man. You're a legend, mate. Can't wait for the country club, man. I want to get this country club over and done. I'm so tired of this shit, man. I'm really tired of this whole planning and whatnot. It's been a lot of work, but it's coming along, right? I'm still working on it. Yesterday I got delayed. Yesterday I didn't really do much. I had some family stuff to deal with. Then I had to do that the recording with Yaro, and after Yaro, then I did my carried on. I stayed up a little bit longer, and I said, "Fuck this, I'm going to bed." But yeah, it's going to end up. It is going to end up the pirate show, isn't it? It's gonna be ending up the pirate show. Like, Dank is just gonna sit in a corner like a good little kid in it. Do you need help with country? No, it's all good. It's all good so far. It's all good. It's the website I'm having a bit of an issue with. It's like, you know, the writing of the website and all that stuff like that. The planning on that bit. That's the bit that I've taken a bit long. In terms of the Discord thing, it's not a big deal. But we'll get this done. I'm hoping to get this done as soon as possible now. What time is it now? 11:48. Sounds like I'm gonna say her name actually. Pirate. Yeah, she's a sweet girl, man. She's pretty cool. She's really, really cool. I like her. Appreciate that, Cruz, man. BTC, what's happening with BTC? You know, when you guys say BTC or AVAX and this and that, I'm like, oh shit, what am I missing now? Let's have a look. BTC should be coming down, right? I believe. Yeah, there we go. Remember I told you? This is the beauty of ranges. You can see perfectly there. And it's come back up. I was saying about this area here. Potentially this thing this low. Didn't come into this low, but this was the area itself. Come back up. Once it breaks down, off we go. Target 1. So if you did get into a scalp, happy days. Look at the 1 minute. And it was perfect. Pitch perfect, my bro. So let's just highlight this area consolidation. Right, and look what happened. Goes up for 1 minute. Goes up for 1 minute. Comes back down and off it goes. Target 1 would have been done. And there you go. Target 2. Target 3. And we're looking for an expansive move. Here we go. Happy days. So that's all good. So we're playing the level as it goes, right? Right. So yeah, let BTC do its thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Come into this area here now. Without inefficiency and stuff like that. This is perfect. This is so perfect. I love it. I love it when it's right. You know, what can you do? Easy peasy work. Cool. So Jordan saying, Cryptique say thanks a lot. Yeah, bro, like, you don't have to thank me, man. It's all love, man. It's all respect and love. I got nothing but respect for you guys, man. Thank you. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I also want to say thanks. Pinged you a message on Twitter. Changed training for me. Appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. All right, guys. I'm gonna head off now. We'll see what happens there, and let it do its thing. I mean, a quick one. Right. The question is this a deviation of the range? We don't know. Right. So we just gotta wait this level to level, and this is what's so cool about actually playing the game as it comes. We talked about Matic being a short, right? Because it was at range low. I'm playing it back down. Now come back here. Do a retest for this. If you're late to the shorts, no problem. Look for confirmation. Let it do its thing, right? Once we do break down and find resistance, this is now your trigger playing back to the targets we talked about. All right. So there's always a trade for you to get on, whether you missed it or you didn't miss it. It's not a problem. It just so happens that your stop loss has to be wider. I did say to you it was legitimately when we were over here that like this would be a hard stop there. Off we go. Okay. So here we go. Let's do this thing. So it's just looking like it's climbing up the thingy up there. I mean, it could, yeah, like I said, it could do this, come into this mid range and break down. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna go later, champs. Take care of yourself. Have a good Tuesday as well, and hopefully you guys have some killer trades coming up as well. The setup's all there. Follow the trades. Be safe. Be caution as well. Because to bear in mind as well, we've got the monthly end coming up tomorrow, so don't get too excited. We are looking for longs here and there, but we're playing the market as it comes. It's Tuesday now. We play the Monday's range, and then tomorrow we'll see what the deal is. All right. Take care of yourself, guys. Speak to you soon, champ. See you later.